Your heart is set on one thing: research, innovation, something new, your project. You have gathered information, spoken to colleagues, made many phone calls. You need a network, relevant partners, European funding. You must minimize the risk. Exactly. Networks, raise money, enter into partnerships, all simultaneously, and still promote your project. You lose perspective, lose your strategy. You run out of breath. Euresearch, the Swiss guide to European research and innovation. We inform, advise, and we connect. We have a presence all over Switzerland and are well networked all over Europe. We'll show you the way to partnership and promotion of innovation in Europe. Euresearch, the Swiss guide to European research and innovation. Mandated by the Swiss government.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this webinar on funding opportunities in information and communication technology and in energy within Horizon 2020. My name is Francesco Kinsley. I am the national contact point for ICT and FET, and today with me is Julian Randall, the national contact point for ICT and energy. Okay, so we will start right away. So the webinar today, first we will start with the first part, explaining to you shortly the setup of this webinar, a few words about Euresearch and the current situation of Switzerland in Horizon 2020. Then we will go to the core of the webinar, which means the topics for information and communication technologies in 2015 in Horizon 2020, and then the topics on energy. And at the very end, we will have the question and answer session. First, the setup of the webinar. So this is the overall setup. On the upper right side, you have a picture of the speaker, and just below it, you have the Q&A, so question and answer panel, where you can post your question during the whole webinar. So really don't hesitate to post your questions during the webinar, and we will gather them, and we will answer them at the very end of the webinar. On the left side, you have a panel for the slides. Okay, first of all, a few words about Euresearch. So Euresearch is an association with 10 regional offices covering the whole Switzerland, where they actually provide you, these are the first contact points for you. They provide you all a very detailed answer to administrative and legal aspect of the proposal or the projects, and they have a very broad overview on the topics within Horizon 2020. Here in Bern, we have the so-called head office, where you find the national contact points like Julian and me, which we are specialized on specific topics, and we provide you with specific answers on these topics, plus some strategic support within these areas. And then finally, in Basel, you will find Swisscore, which actually are gathering information directly from the source to us, and they can also provide you with infrastructure directly in Brussels if you need, if you're going to Brussels. They can also provide you with more strategic inputs on about what's going on in Brussels and so on. The services, or what we do actually, is displayed here in this slide, where basically we have subdivided in 3 main areas: advise, inform, and connecting people. So in the advise side, what we help you to find the right topic and position your idea within this Horizon 2020 framework. So this is like webinar we are doing today to help to show you all the possibilities within Horizon 2020 in ICT and in energy, so you can locate the topic which may match your skills. We help you also in the proposal preparation, project contracting, project management. So these are all skills you will find at the regional offices, and also to spread the results of your research within our network through technology offer requests. So this is what the part of the job is done by our colleagues from the European Enterprise Network. We also help you to connect with other people. So in partner searching, which means either during when you're setting up your proposal and you need somebody to within your consortium some skills that you don't have yet, or to join an existing consortium. We also help that in doing partnering event where you can meet other people to exchange ideas and maybe come up with a consortium. Also part of the connection activities are the so-called e-alerts, so either Enterprise Europe Network e-alerts or the Euresearch e-alerts. And all this is done through our website, euresearch.ch. You probably already subscribed there since you're attending this meeting. So this is our main source or main interface between us and you. Don't hesitate to leave there especially a profile, because that helps us to target the information we provide to you. So if we know what you are expecting or what are you searching for, then we know better which kind of information we have to dispatch to you. Last but not least, the other channels are our Twitter account, so Swiss Euresearch, where our com team is spreading information over this channel, or a LinkedIn account where we are spreading similar information, and the YouTube channel of Euresearch, where we will upload the presentation of today. But you can find also there all the webinars which have been done previously. Okay, now just a few words about the current situation of Switzerland within Horizon 2020. So as you may know, 2014 has been a bit shaky, and it's good to summarize the current situation in Horizon 2020. Probably you are familiar with the so-called 3-pillar structure of Horizon 2020. So Horizon 2020, this framework program for research and innovation, is subdivided in 3 main pillars. On the left side, you find the excellent science pillar, in the middle, the industrial leadership, and on the right side, the societal challenges. Now, since September last year, we are fully associated to the excellent science pillar, while for the second and the third pillar, we are only considered as a third country. And within pillar 2, we could not participate, or you can't participate to access to risk finance and to innovation in SME, and to innovation in SMEs. So basically the message is, yes, you can participate almost everywhere. What's the difference is either you are fully associated if you want to participate in one of the first pillar activities, or in the other 2, then you are third country. In practice, it means, let's take, for example, ICT, which is the second pillar. It means in practice, you as a member of a Swiss institute or a Swiss SME, you do not count as for the eligibility criteria of 3 member state or associated country. That means if you are setting up a proposal, then you have to make sure that you have at least 3 partners from 3 different associated country or member states, because Switzerland does not count as in one of these as associated country. The second difference is that in Pillar 2 and 3, you will receive the money from the Swiss government and not from the European Commission. who is going to be funded? So basically it's academic and non-academic research institution in Switzerland, as well as company based in Switzerland. Please note that if you are a Swiss coordinator from an institution or SME participating, you can apply for an extra 8,000 Swiss francs from the Swiss government. This is just one slide to show you, for those of you which have been already successful in the first Horizon 2020 call, this is the process you will have to follow as a third country. So basically, you have to go to, if you've been successfully evaluated, then you take your grant and you go to the h2020.ch webpage, you upload there the grant agreement, so the signed grant agreement. And then there is a whole process at Euresearch and at the State Secretariat to evaluate. So they make some formal check on the proposal. They don't redo an evaluation because it's the evaluation of the European Commission which counts, but they have some administrative check on the proposal, and then you should get the money from the Swiss government. Having said that, that's all for the administrative part. Let's go now to the core of the presentation, which are the ICT, so the information and communication technology topics and the energy topics. So I will present the information, so the ICT topics, and Julian Randall will present the energy topics after that. Okay, so my goal here is not to go in detail in all the ICT topics, because that would be too much. I will just skim over the different topics so that you get an overview of what the Commission is looking for. And if you identify a topic which is of interest to you, then please go on the participant portal and have a look in the topic itself, read it carefully, and if you have questions, just ask your regional office or ask us, then we can check if you fit in the scope of the topic. Again, so on this slide you find the structure of the three-pillar structure of Horizon 2020, so excellent science, industrial leadership in the middle, and societal challenges on the right. The problem is ICT is spread almost everywhere, so it's a bit difficult for you to locate the appropriate topic. Nonetheless, the bulk of the ICT topic is to be found in the middle, in the second pillar, industrial leadership. But I will also show you some topics which are located, so some ICT topics located in the societal challenges. So the bulk of the ICT, so information and communication technology topic, is to be found in the leadership in enabling and industrial technologies, so-called LIGHT. And in the next slides, I will go through these topics so you can view what's going to be funded in the coming call. First of all, in advanced computing, so the focus is on low power computing for embedded system, mobile devices, and data centers. So that's the hot topic in advanced computing. In future internet, there is one topic, ICT 8, which is for boosting public sector productivity and innovation through cloud computing services. In ICT 10, it's about collective awareness platform for sustainability and social innovation. So here it's about harnessing collective power of ICT network of people. So, so it's more social, networking effects of people and ICT. And finally, the last topic in this future internet section is about integrating experiments and facilities in so-called FIRE+, so future internet research infrastructure, and bring these infrastructure together and facilitate the access to these infrastructures. Under contact technologies and information management, one topic is for big data, the research aspects of big data. So if you're active in this field, go to this ICT 16 topic. The second point is about technology for creative industry, social media, and convergence. So there it's about new ways of creating content and user engagement for creative industry. And the last one is ICT for learning and teaching, so this ICT 20. On robotics, there is one topic open for this year. which has a focus on healthcare, consumers, and transport. So if you're active in the robotic community, please have a look there. In micro, nano, and nanoelectronic technologies and photonics, there are, in 2015, there are three topics currently open, which are, the first one, the 25, is about generic micro and nanoelectronic technologies. There it's about advanced CMOS, system on chip, a new computing paradigm. On ICT 27 is the so-called key enabling technologies for photonics. There it's about a new generation of photonics device, optical communication for data centers, high throughput laser-based manufacturing, and photonics integrated circuits. So if you're active in photonics area, have a look on the ICT 27. In the ICT 28, you will find the so-called cross-cutting kits. So these key enabling technologies, there is not only photonics, but there are different of them. And what they want to do in this ICT 28 is to bring these different key enabling technology in micro and nano electronics, photonics, and manufacturing, bring them together to develop integrated platform for health and food, or pilot line for OLED and mid-infrared microsensors. So if you are, so this is a bit more toward industrialization of these key enabling technologies. Okay, then still in this LEIT, there are three further sections. The so-called ICT cross-cutting activities. So these are topics involving different ICT branches, and there is this ICT 30 focusing on the Internet of Things. So if you're active there in the Internet of Things and mainly on platform for connected smart objects, then have a look in this topic ICT 30. So this was for technical oriented topics. Now there are two sections which are more focused toward part of the world. The first one under international cooperation action is the ICT 38 for international partnership with high income countries. So there it's not, so this ICT 38 is not about research, but it's about supporting dialogue and foster cooperation with Canada, USA, and East Asia. So if you have partnerships with these countries, have a look there. That might be useful, but it's more on a strategic basis. On the other hand, ICT 39, which is partnership with low and middle income countries, the goal there is to fund a set of collaborative research projects. So here, 39 is about collaborative project, while previously 38 was more on a strategic basis. For low and middle income countries is a common research project with these low and middle income countries. Now, be aware that there is a special set of topics for Europe and Brazil cooperation, and there in this package there are three areas which have been identified. So the first is about cloud computing, the second is about high performance computing, and the last one is about experimental platforms, in particular with this FIRE setup, so future internet experimental platforms. So if you have collaboration with Brazil, have a look there. Maybe you find out something which might interest you. With that, I'm done with the ICT in leadership and enabling industrial technologies, and I will start getting through the societal challenges. So as I said before, in the industrial leadership, you will find the bulk of the ICT, but in societal challenges spread over the different societal challenges, from health to security, you will find different topics open for this year. And let's go shortly through it. First, in health, so the first societal challenges, the focus is on the so-called personalized health care, and there you will find 5 topics where health and ICT are involved. The first one is about active and healthy aging with ICT, so it's about early risk detection and intervention. The second one is about advanced ICT system and services for integrated care. The third and fourth one, so PHC 27 and 28, is about self-management of the patient. The PHC 27 is self-management of health and disease and patient empowerment supported by ICT, while 28 is still about patient empowerment, but more for decision support. And finally, PHC 30 is more targeted to the institutions, so hospital and medical doctors, and there it's about digital representation of health data to improve disease diagnosis and treatment. In energy, so in the third societal challenge, you will find 3 topics. I will go rapidly through it. You will get much more detail later on from Julian. So the first one is new ICT-based solution for energy efficiency. The second one is smarties and community solution integrating energy, transport, ICT sector through lighthouse projects. And the last one is the development of system standards for smart cities and community solutions. But more details on that later on from Julian. Transport is also in these societal challenges, and there you will find 2 topics. The first one is about safe and connected automation in road transport, and the second one is about electric vehicle and enhanced performance and integration into the transport system and the grid. 2 other sections here, societal challenges on environment. There the focus is, you will have only 1 topic, and it's about water management, so bridging the gap from innovative water solution to market replication. And on the 6th societal challenges on societies, you will find 4 topics. The first one is meeting new societal needs by using emerging technologies in the public sector. The second one is about ICT and open government, so ICT as an enabler of the open government. The fourth is about innovation mobile e-government application by SMEs. So here the application of SMEs is heavily encouraged. And the last one is about cultural heritage and ICT, so innovation ecosystem of digital cultural assets. Okay. Finally, ICT and security. This is of course a topic, and there you will find currently four topics for 2015. The first one is the role of ICT in critical infrastructures protection. The second one is the information-driven cybersecurity management. The third one is about e-services and trust, so how to make e-services more trustworthy. You will find that in this DS5 topic. And the very last one is value-sensitive technological innovation in cybersecurity. With that, I'm done with the different topics. So I hope you found something which might interest you or might match. And again, if you find some match, then please go ahead and go to the specific topic to find some more details. Now, I will tell you a few words about the practical aspects of the proposal. First of all, you will see when you read the topics that you will find so-called different type of actions. Basically, there are three actions you should consider. One is research and innovation action, the second is innovation action, and the third one is coordination and support action. Roughly, the first one, research and innovation action, is about research, okay? So it's creating new knowledge out of the research which is going on. It's not strictly speaking only that, but it's mainly that, okay? The second one is innovation. The innovation action, it's about moving from knowledge to prototype or pilots or market or toward the market. So there it's less about fundamental research, although you can have some limited amount of research within that, but the goal here in the innovation action is more toward products. And the last one, the so-called coordinated and support action, has nothing to do or nothing directly to do with research or market or product. It's more about accompanying measures, standardization, coordination of research and innovation actions and so on. So it's more about research policy, let's say. You will find also the different funding rates. So for research and innovation action, you get 100% funding, while for innovation actions, you get 70% funding. If you are working for institutes or research institute which has non-profit legal basis, then you will get 100% funding. So if you are at a university and you are involved in a research, in an innovation action, then you will get 100% funding. If you're an SME in an innovation action, then you will get only 70% funding. And the last one, coordinated and support action, the funding rate is 100%. Here is an example. So I take again ICT 4 for low power computing, and this is an extract of the topic, and you will see here that you have is subdivided. Actually, you have the specific challenge which describes the topic and the scope, and within the scope, then you have this subdivision in A, B, and C. And you see that the scope A is marked as a research and innovation action. So it means you will get 100% funding. This is more about research, and you get 100% funding. While B is about innovation action, so it's more toward market. And you get, as an SME, you would get 70% funding. While the C is a coordination and support action. Here, in that case, it's, for example, structuring the European academic and industry in the area of low power computing, which is more an organization, so organizing the community, and you get 100% funding. Another thing you will find in the topics is these terms, small contribution, large contribution. So just to make it clear, small contribution means that the Commission is expected a proposal with a budget of 2 to 4 million, while for a large contribution, the Commission is willing to have a proposal in the size of 5 to 8 million. One slide about proposal structure. You have a part A and a part B. So the part A is the administrative part, the part B is the scientific part. The part B is limited, itself subdivided in sections 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The three sections 1, 2, 3, for these sections, it's limited to 70 pages. It's a strict page limit, so please don't go above this page limit, otherwise these pages will be thrown away, so the referee will not see that. And within these sections, you have to explain, you have to address three main issues. You have to show the excellence of your research, the impact, and the implementation. And then you have section 4 and 5 for CVs, ethic and security issues. One slide about these. So again, these are the three criteria. I will not go into details in this on the slide, but you have basically you will be judged according to these criteria: excellence, impact, and implementation. And each of them have a threshold, so you have to be above the threshold in all three sections. So you have to reach a minimum of 3 points out of 5 points for each of these sections. I'll let you go in. You will find the details on these sections in the work program, so I won't go much more in detail here. Now, as you have seen, ICT is complicated and is spread all over the place. So how do you find your topic? And to find your topic, there are basically two ways. The first way is to go on the participant portal and to navigate down. So the European Commission participant portal is basically the interface between you and the Commission. So it's very important that you get used to this web portal, because this is the place where you will be exchanging and submitting your proposal. So if you don't have an account yet, the first thing you have to do after this talk, and if you want to submit a proposal, then just go there and open an account. And here on this slide, you find the way to go on to find the topics. So basically, there is somewhere a search. You can search all the topics over term search. It's a Google-like search, and you find the topics. You enter the keywords or the terms you think are most appropriate for your research, and you have a list of topics. So here you enter the terms, and here you have the list of topics which are matching, where you find the matching terms. Just to mention it, that it exists, there is another tool which is called the Opportunity Finder, which is something where we have been heavily involved in. This is somewhat, it's not the official page from the Commission. This is something we have been doing in parallel, and is somewhat a bit lightweighted and sometimes easier to find. So if you want to search for an alternative, go to this opportunityfinder.ch, and you have a similar kind of functionalities, but this is not the official page of the Commission, just that you know about that. Okay, having said that, I just insert here a last slide where you find some links. So in particular, again, the link to the participant portal, a link to the work program of the ICT. So this is actually the Bible you should read when you are looking for ICT topics in LEIT or for the LEIT. To mention it, there is a network of national contact points, which is called Idealist, where there you can find partner search. So it's very active at the moment. So if you want to join a consortium, or if you're searching for somebody, just go on this page and you will find partner searches there. And also links about open access. I didn't talk about that today. I don't have much time, but just be aware that ICT is a pilot in this open access activity. So you have everything you publish within ICT. The ICT topics have to be open access. More details for that, go on the link there or contact us. We can provide you with some details here. Okay, so I'm done. Just one last slide, remembering again our regional office, first contact point for you. And of course, Julian and I, we are here to help you. So once you have found the topic and you're convinced you want to submit, just don't hesitate to contact us and we'll be happy to help you. And now I leave the mic to Julian. Thank you.
I'm going to be talking about the energy topics once the slides come up. And, so I'm the national contact point for energy, and yeah, here we have the moving on. This is some questions which I think are important for people interested in energy. But at the same time, these are also the structure of my presentation. So essentially, I'll be answering these questions during the presentation. And I'm going to go through them now, and just to give you the first quick answer. So the answer, when you want to know where the energy topics are, unlike ICT, the energy opportunities are mostly in Pillar 3. The societal challenges. So that's the first answer to the first question. What things are covered by these topics? What you can say is that it's mostly renewable energy or things promoting renewable energy, making renewable energy more feasible, and that's a good thing to know. How often are the calls? The calls are on an annual basis. It's important to know that the deadlines may be throughout the year, all the same. And what kind of actions are there? Francesco's just explained the various kinds of actions. There's research and innovation actions, but the one which is the most common for energy is coordination and support actions. That's important to know that those are more common, but they have the smallest budget. And we will talk about that in a few slides' time. Then I've two questions which I cover less in the slides. Where do the H2020 energy topics come from? Well, an important source is the set plan, amongst other things. And if you want to know more about that, it's best if you contact me directly. And finally, the how many stages in the submission process? Well, in general, and this is not a exclusive, but most of the energy topics are one stage. So I think that gives you a very brief overview of what the where to find opportunities and what they're like. So I've mentioned that the majority of the opportunities are under Pillar 3, so which is on the left-hand side here. Oh, sorry, on the right-hand side. And they're in the secure, clean and efficient energy part of the societal challenges. There are also topics for energy under nanotechnologies, and you find them here, the EEB. And I shall talk about them later. So the nanotechnologies topics are here, and the energy topics here. But the majority of the topics are right here in Pillar 3. So that's the main thing to be aware of. Okay, very good. Moving on then. So looking then in more detail at those Pillar 3 societal challenge opportunities, what I've done here is I've taken the 3 largest budgets within the call planning for 2015. So I hasten to add that what I'm covering in these slides is not an exhaustive coverage of all possible energy opportunities, but really many of those which are open today, so that you can still go for. And so what I want to say with this slide is the following, that the majority of the funding is for LCE. For those who don't know, that's low carbon energy. And that's receiving 372 million euros this year. The deadline is on the 5th of May, so coming up quite soon. And 2 other parts with a later deadline, 4th of June, are energy efficiency with 98 million and smart cities and communities with 108 million. So that gives you the overview of the main budgets for this energy topic in 2015. What we can do is look at the same information, the same slide, but looking at the kind of topics which are being included. We see that the majority is coordination and support actions, as I mentioned, but that there are also quite a few innovation actions. We're going to describe those, mention those later, and research and innovation actions. The ones receiving the most budget are the innovation actions, the ones, and so that's something we will come on to. So how is that money organized? How is it structured? Well, this is the call structure, and it will be staying the same throughout H2020. So what I'm looking at here is only the energy efficiency part, which is was the blue part in the previous slides, and the low carbon energy, which was the red part. So this is where the most of the budget is, the 372 million. Here is 98 million. I'm not talking about the smart cities and communities topics, simply because there's only 2 of them, and they're really quite specific. Whereas here, in these across these across this structure, which I'm showing you now, there really are a number of topics. So that's worth going into in more detail. Oops, it seems to have jumped. That's right. So staying on this slide, we're going to let's review the topics which are available under buildings and consumers under energy efficiency. Here we have 6 topics, dealing 2 of which are dealing with buildings, and the rest dealing with public authorities, stakeholders, consumer engagement, and the IT ecosystems. So that gives you an overview, just a very brief overview of the topics you would find there. Under heating and cooling, there are only 2 topics. So this one here, and they are both, one is on district heating and cooling, and the other one is on removing market barriers to the uptake of efficient heating and cooling solutions. Under industry and products, there are 4 topics, and these are focusing on product efficiency, energy efficiency in industry, large buyer groups, and heat recovery. So I don't go any further than that, but just those are the main, those are the topics, the main focuses of those topics. And lastly, under energy efficiency, the finance for sustainable energy. These are topics which are focusing as much on the investors themselves as on services for investors and supporting promoters, for example, and allowing energy savings to be monetized. So those three topics, those are three topics under finance for sustainable energy. So now I'm going to move on to the topics for low carbon energy. And under low carbon energy, the first part on renewable electricity and heating and cooling, there are two topics. One is a demonstration topic for renewable electricity and heating and cooling technologies, which attracts up to 20 million euros per proposal. So some very large budgets there to be won. Then the other topic is much smaller, 1 to 2 million for market uptake of these solutions. Under the energy storage technologies, there we have we have just one topic, which is also a large demonstration topic, looking at which attracts up to 25 million euro. And then under biofuels, we have a number of topics which I don't see just right now, but there's the point about those biofuels topics is that there are topics on both biofuels and then there are topics on fossil fuels. The fossil fuel ones are very clearly to do with making, either enabling renewable energies by making fossil fuel plants more supportive, more helpful to renewable energies, or making those fossil fuel plants more efficient. Then there are then two topics in the, so we have that. The European research area, there are a number also topics, and then also topics under social, environmental and economic aspects of the energy systems and cross-cutting issues. So that covers very briefly the topics available under the societal challenge pillar 3. I've been over that very quickly. It's clear if you want more information, all of that is available either via me or via the participant portal or the other sources that we've mentioned today. So now I'm going to go back to pillar 2. This is a topic. These are topics under the pillar 2, which are in fact closed. So I hasten to add these topics are closed. They are the energy efficient buildings. They were closed on the 4th of February, and these are the topics which we had, which are no longer available. What I draw your attention to them only because they are clearly H2020, and we will get more topics in this under EEB next year. So be aware of that opportunity. Something that is open are the EraNets in energy, and here I haven't mentioned all EraNets. What I've done is focused on the ones with Swiss participation. EraNets are the coordination of a number of European countries providing national funding towards their which can be combined in the EraNet, and which receives top-up funding from the Commission of 33%. What we see under this example, the smart grids one, is these are the countries which are actually involved in the smart grids EraNet. So that gives you an idea of, it gives you a good example of that these are European countries, but not necessarily all European countries. So that's for smart grids. Then there's also the solar one and the smart cities EraNet. These all have deadlines coming up. 17th of March for smart cities, 27th of March for solar, and the smart grids one is on the 8th of April. I've also mentioned the carbon capture and storage EraNet. That one is not live at all at the moment. It's in preparation. It's actually going to be submitted to the Commission on the 5th of May. So you can expect something there in the future. So that's what I wanted to say about EraNets. Then I'd like to draw your attention to the EuroJoint Programs. Here I've only described I've given you some examples. These are European public research centres and universities working together to enable the research that supports the set plan. The set plan I'll mention later, and it also enables collaboration with European industrial initiatives. There are in total at the moment 15 EuroJoint programs, and here I've mentioned a number of them, and also the Swiss participation over here. So you can see that the HSSO is involved with smart cities, ETH is in carbon capture and storage, and EPFL is involved with the photovoltaics one. In preparation are more, so watch this space if you're interested in that. One last opportunity, which is also open right now, is the Kickin Energy. KIC is the knowledge and innovation community, and that's a call which is launched right now and has a deadline on the 10th of April. If you want to know more, check out the animation event that's coming up for that. So in brief, that's covered the energy topics I wanted to mention. Naturally, there are more opportunities, but these are the ones which I think are most pertinent right now. For memory, so I'm the NCP for energy. That means this everything that we've talked about in Pillar 3, the societal challenges. For EEB, that's under Pillar 2, so that's under nanotechnologies, and my colleague Marion Tobler is responsible for that. And so she's the right person to contact for those questions. Now we can move on to the question and answer session. I'm going to pass the mic back to Francesco to handle that. Go ahead.
Okay, so we have now for a couple of questions. The first, we start with the administrative questions. So we had a question about shall I wait for the signed grant agreement? Again, so this is only in the process of the national funding. So again, if you have a successful proposal and you have been selected by the Commission and you get through the selection process, then you have to go with the grant agreement, so the signed grant agreement, and you go to the h2020.ch website, and there you find all the instructions to come to get the national funding. But yes, to get the national funding, you need the signed grant agreement. There was another question about these EU-Brazil topics, and is Switzerland allowed to participate in the international cooperation in these topics? So the answer is yes. So you will see, have a look at the topics, look at the research and innovation action or the CSAs which are in these topics. But basically, yes, you can participate. Again, this is ICT in Pillar 2. That means that you have to have 3, so in the consortium you need members of 3 member states or associated countries. Again. One question was about the PowerPoints. So yes, you will get the PowerPoints. All of you who registered on our website for the webinar and where we have the email address, then you will get a follow-up mail with all the presentation after the meeting. And again, the presentation is recorded. So the webinar is recorded and uploaded on our YouTube channel. If you are not registered or you don't get the slides, just send us an email and we will provide you with the slides. We had a question about one specific topic in ICT, asking for ICT 20, what is the budget for the research and innovation action. So there I won't go through in the details, but again, go on the work program. Okay, this is the Bible actually for H2020. Go for the work program in the link, you find it on in my slides. And in the work programs, in page 88 and 89, you will find all the details of the budget. For example, I looked up in this ICT 20, and you find for each section A, B, C, and D the corresponding figures for the budget. So, for example, ICT 20, section A, it's 9 million euro, section B, it's 5 million euro, section C, it's 28 million euro. But again, so that depends very much where within the topic you intend to submit, and all the details you find them on the work program, which you have to read anyway to understand fully and completely the topic. Okay, and now I pass the mic back to Julian for a couple of questions concerning energy.
Very good, thank you. So there's been two questions for energy. One is about the CCS, the EraNets for carbon capture and storage. And as mentioned, that's something that's only being submitted to the Commission on the 5th of May. So I simply don't know when that will, when that EraNet will be up and running and making calls. So that's something that's not known for the moment. And of course, it depends on the successful application of that. So it's really just an advance information to know that that's underway. There's also been a second question about the joint program for CCS at ETHZ and who is the contact there. Unfortunately, from the website, I haven't been able to determine who is the main contact at ETH, but it's certainly something I could find out. So if you'd like to mail me, I think that's probably the easiest way I can look into that. So that's the two questions for energy that I'm aware of. There are some other ones. We've got, what is the success rate of submission in Switzerland? Okay. So that's clear. That's a very we can give you average success rates, which can give you a sense of what the possibilities are. But we always recommend to talk to Euresearch for your particular case. The success rates vary across the programs, so that's very important that you talk to us and don't take a general figure for H2020 or an average figure for H2020 as a determinant, as a basis for making your decision. And this, okay, so that's the point about success rate. For the procedure for EraNet smart grids, is that the same as as all other energy projects for Switzerland? Relatively speaking, yes. It's not exactly the same, but essentially the Swiss will be financing the participation. So the Swiss are eligible for this in the same way as for normal H2020. There are some small differences, and I encourage you to contact me for those. We're in the process of receiving information on the process there, and essentially the reason this is still not 100% sure is that we're funding the first EraNets. The first ones are essentially being processed right now at the Swiss level, and by doing that, it'll be clear how that has to be done, and there will be more information from Euresearch on that matter in the future.
Okay, I know there are other questions coming, but we have to close now. So, but again, you have our coordinates, so don't hesitate to contact us offline, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you very much for attending, and we wish you all good luck for the topics. Now there are about 2 months left, so we are a bit in a hurry. But go ahead, and if you have questions, just contact your regional office or contact us, and we will be happy to help. Thank you very much, and have a nice afternoon.